Well, you're not going to get a headache from my wine. If you get a headache from my wine, it's because you drank 2 or 3 bottles more than you should have drank, and that's called a hangover. That's not called a headache. Well, I'm Bill Warner. I'm the owner of Boy Winery. We do stuff the old way. We don't mess with the wine. We just let wine be wine. We make old-fashioned country wine. Well, my favorite wine is, it's just that simple, which is our black raspberry merlot. That's my favorite. So another really good one is Kitty Smalls, which is named after the one cat out here. That's a Catawba Diamond mixture. Now, I've not always been a wine guy. I still ain't too much now. I drink beer more than I drink wine. One time we put a bunch of stuff together and come up with this stuff. It was rocket fuel, and it took me a while to figure out how to get it that you could drink it, because you couldn't even stick your tongue in it. It was that bad. It burnt you. So we got that under control, and after that I made a whole bunch of different test batches and had them in the back room of the basement. We had all these different people, and everybody come in the driveway, everybody we could invite, we had them in the back room that taste. And everybody was liking this. They hadn't wine like this. It was different. So that's what decided me on along the course of doing this. So next year after that, we got a license and we were off and running. And this year will be our 10-year anniversary on Black Friday weekend. I have 5 half-gallon bottles of the original Buddy Boy. We're going to open 1 or 2 of them up. So many people were home lying down after drinking that stuff. What was the problem with that was the alcohol was way too high. It was about as high as you get wine. And whenever you got messed up from drinking, you screwed up. You should have quit at least an hour ago, because it wasn't done with you. The easiest way to do that, you had to drink a gallon of beer to dilute that down enough to be under control again. That's how bad that stuff was. It was wild. That's when I used to drive truck. Okay, her cousin, he was a truck driver too, and that's what he used to always call me, and he's part of the National Guard there. Whenever he wanted to call me up, what we're going to do today, Buddy Boy, or that's how he would talk. And what the Buddy Boy originally the name came from was whenever we made the original Buddy Boy, they called that Buddy Boy 09, and that's where the name for the winery came from, and that's what it stuck at, and that's why I called it that. A lot of people said it was, you got to be more like Cove Mountain Winery or something like that. No, we got to have humor in it. And he said, never get in the box, because it really works for you to hang out of the box, and that's where I stay. I don't get in the box. We do stuff that nobody else does, and we'll continue to be that way. That's why when you come here to enjoy what we have to take, we're inviting you here just like you're coming and party in our backyard with us. Me and the Fuzzy Puppy. The Fuzzy Puppy's that little long-haired chihuahua up there. We are on every bottle, no matter what. Even when somebody comes in and wants a special label done up, if to be my wine, me and the Fuzzy Puppy has to be on there somewhere. Doesn't matter where. We got to be on there. The entertainment we have, the atmosphere we have out here on the deck, and even the inside, it's just different. It's laid back. We're in the mountains, that's for sure. We're up here almost on the steeps of the mountain. It's usually cooler than normal, and the deck out there with the insulation and the ceiling fan and the ceiling, it stays nice and cool. And now and then even the deer cooperate. They come out and run around down here for us. You get an occasional groundhog or a possum running through the yard. And now, but 2 Saturdays ago, you had the deer out here standing up on their hind legs doing this in the middle of the day to each other. It was pretty cool. You get back here and there's no noise. All the big city shit went away, and it's just like you went up to somebody's cabin in the mountain. The type atmosphere we got here is what it makes you sort of feel like. A lot of people will come here, especially on Saturday and Sundays, and they'll hang out all day, or they'll, especially in the evenings. Then for the music, they hang out all night. Just like the power outage on Friday night here, we didn't have no music because the power went out just before they started to play music, and we got 6 inches of rain in the process also. They were still here. Nobody wanted to leave. It was dark before people finally left. They just sat around and drank. I mean, they were using the flashlights and to ring stuff up, because no electric was working. But nobody was leaving. Nobody was making an effort to leave. They didn't want to leave. They had a whole bunch of group people in the back. We cooked as long as we could with the gas back there, but it just got to the point that we couldn't see what we were doing, even though the stuff was still burning. It was hard to make the food. But they're all sit back there with their cell phones and candles and ate dinner. There was a group of 20 back there, and they didn't want to leave. The only thing everybody was complaining about, because we didn't have no power for the pisser to flush the commodes. The food's big. I mean, our artisanal ovens that we use, there's nobody else around has anything what we're doing. We do pizza, thin crust pizza, and a thin crust stromboli. And the strombolis, they're about that big, but they're thin crust. I mean, that's what's in them. So in the rotisserie oven, we do the 3/4 pound Angus burgers on charcoal. And then on the third Sunday of the month, we do Dead Cow Sunday, where we do hand cut 16 to 20 ounce ribeye steaks. I always cooked. This started out when, years and years ago. We have back where the big deck is up there, we used to have a little fire pit there. I go around and gather up sticks, and I cook chicken and stuff over the open coals and stuff. And it just progressed on that. We started doing my prime rib, which we did on Father's Day, and we sold that out. We offered a queen cut, which was 1.5 inches. We had a king cut, which was 3 inches thick. We did a total of 8 feet length of prime rib. That was about a capacity we could fit in there. But cooking over the open fire has always been a passion for me, because I just love the taste of that. Our wings we smoke for 4.5 hours. RJ will tell you about that. He says we got the best wings around. Then we do a smoked macaroni and cheese with 7 cheeses. And the smoked lasagna is done with the 7 cheeses, and lots of hamburger. I had RJ up here for beef ribs, and everybody else just raved over them things. I gave one to one of the oldest employees we have here. Used to work with wine festivals and all. She took 2 of them home. Her husband took it to bed with her. She came into bed, there was the plate there.